What is up, everybody? It is Drew here, back again with another Nussbaum video, driving the night shift, as you can see here. I just want to start off the video by saying I am in a terrific mood because the Detroit Lions beat the Minnesota Vikings. And if you're watching this video, you know who you are. You're a Vikings fan, and that's what I've just been waiting for, the Lions to beat the Vikings. The Lions lost the first time out around, and it's good to have, always good to be a fan of a division team that beats another division rival. So, that was a great game, though. It was fun to watch. It was a good nail biter, so I'm definitely in a good mood that the Lions won. But anyways, trying not to get too off topic here. In this video, I kind of want to talk about Nussbaum's scorecard, get a little more in depth into that, and I am going to explain it to the best of my knowledge when it comes to the scorecard itself. And if I am wrong at any point, if there's anybody from Nussbaum that works in the office and you know everything there is to know about the scorecard, and I say something wrong, you can call me and tell me how big of a dummy I am. That's okay. But I'm going to explain it to the best of my knowledge and what I know about it. And as I state in my other videos, I am on a dedicated account, so my scores are a little different when it comes to being a driver as a whole. There are a lot of times, because the scorecard is based on miles, and there are times I get a lot less miles than other guys in over the road get. So I'm going to talk about it more or less from my perspective, but it'll be really similar, if you plan on, if you want to get a job with Nussbaum and you're going over the road. So I'll start off with, the scorecard is based on a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being, you're driving like crap, to 10 being you're one of the best drivers that Nussbaum has. So, and the higher score you get, the more points you get, because there's also a point system that goes from bronze to platinum. And the higher the score you get, you can be either in the bronze, silver, gold, or platinum. And you want to be in the platinum. If you are in the platinum and you keep a consistent platinum score for 3 months, you get a fancy platinum driver sticker on the side of your truck. So, the higher score you get, the higher everything. So, if you keep a good score, you get up, because I think on the 1 to 10 scale score, if you can keep I'd probably say 7.5 or higher, you can get in over to, because it goes by the hundreds, that other score. If you're over 700 or 650, I'm not too sure, it's either 650 or 700, but then you're in the platinum area of driving. So if you're in the platinum, you get the bonuses and everything else. So yeah, it's rated on a 1 to 10, and there are a few other branched out things that determine your overall score and your overall habits when it comes to driving. So, talking about those branched off things, and I'll go one by one, and I'll start with the throttle usage. When it comes to throttle usage, to get a good score, you don't want to be gunning it every single time, you're stopped at a stop sign, stoplight, whatever. You don't want to be gunning it, because then that can really impact your score. And there's also a little bit of a role when it comes to the throttle and the smoothness level. There is a branched off score system when it comes to smoothness. But you're going full throttle, the engine's hard at work and shaking the truck all around. That can affect a couple of different things. So you want to be smooth. You want to be smooth, and you want to be taking it easy when it comes to your throttle and you're taking off. You want to take it easy, take it slow. Don't gun it, pretty much. and it's a super easy thing to score high on. So with that being said, smoothness. Now, smoothness is based off of braking, making your turns. You know, you don't want to be making hard turns and stuff like that. So, and the smoothness is pretty easy too. But let me put it this way, as another driver told me when I first started driving for Nussbaum. You want to drive easy as if you had your great-grandmother in the passenger seat with you. She's wearing her most expensive fancy white dress, and she is holding a bottle of wine. And you want to drive as careful as you can, so that way she doesn't spill any of that wine onto her white dress. That would make her really, really angry. So that's how you get a high score based on the smoothness level. And I mean, really, if you drive good in your smooth aspect, you're going to do good for in a lot of ways. So smoothness, throttle, and then the top speed. So all of Nussbaum's trucks are governed at 65 miles an hour base, and then we have a feature in the trucks called Pass Smart, and you have a 20-minute time limit, basically. Say if you need to get up to speed to pass somebody, you have to hit the throttle 3 times. It'll get you to go up to 67 or 68 miles an hour, so that way you can get that extra oomph and speed. They have that feature, but so the governed speed is 65 miles an hour. The company really likes it when you average your speed about 62 or 63 miles an hour, and that may sound slow, but honestly, you're not really losing much time. If you're going 63 miles an hour from point A to point B, you'll get there at around the same time as if you were going 65. So the more you go 65 miles an hour, the lower that top speed average is going to be. So if you stick at 63 miles an hour on your, on average on the freeways and whatnot, like I'm doing right now, I'm going 63 miles an hour, you'll get a good score when it comes to that speed range. So, and with speed comes speed limit. There is a score based on your speed limit. And let me use Chicago as an example, because the speed limits change frequently going through that corridor over there. So the speed limit will usually go from 65 to 55. If you are going 65 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour zone, that is going to deduct points from you, because Nussbaum has an automated system where it tells your speed and it sends your speed over to a different company, or them. I'm not 100% sure about that part, but they're reading your speed when it comes to speed limit, and they know, the computer system knows the speed limit where you're at. So I think so if the speed limit is 55 miles an hour, you can go up to 59 or 60. You have a 5 mile an hour leeway there, where it's not going to deduct anything from you. But the moment you go over 61 miles an hour or over in a 55 zone, that's when it's going to start deducting points. So you always want to be on top of the speed limit, know the speed limits and the signs, read the speed limit signs, so that way you can get down to that speed limit and keep a good score system there. So yeah, that's pretty simple. And especially with me being on a dedicated, I'm on the same roads all the time. I know where all the speed limits are. I'm getting more and more used to that. And I know that's pretty much what I struggle with the most, because that's just something that everybody would struggle with. If I'm going 63 and then there's a 55 mile an hour zone that hits, the computer sees that and then it'll start deducting points. So yeah, the speed limit's probably the toughest part for a lot of people, but I mean, if you pay enough attention and you start seeing those speed limit signs and you know where they are before you get there, then you can slow down to that point, and then you're not going to get any score deducted. So, and then the last thing is following distance. So our trucks have radars in front of them that'll tell you how far somebody is in front of you. I know you can do it by seconds, feet, whatever. I have it by seconds because Nussbaum has it set up to where it will start deducting points. Like if you're going to tailgate somebody, you know, that's not something you want to do in a semi-truck anyways, just because people have a tendency to brake check you if you're following them too close. So if you are behind somebody, let me put it like this. If you are 0.7 seconds behind somebody for more than 12 seconds, then that will start deducting points. As long as, if you can keep a good following distance, that is probably also one of the easiest scores to keep up. Because, I mean, people will mainly speed up past you in a semi-truck and everything, so you can usually keep a pretty decent following distance when it comes to driving, unless somebody cuts you off. But even in that case, I mean, you have a 12-second period to back off of somebody or for them to speed up in front of you. So following distance is super easy. Excuse me. So yeah, all of those have a factor to your general score, and those are also rated on a 1 to 10 basis. So I know my average score goes anywhere from 8.5 to 9.5. So I'm definitely not a perfect driver, but being in the top 150 out of 470 some odd drivers, that's pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with where I stand in the score spectrum of things, but it's still something that I'm continuing to work on. So yeah, that's basically the scorecard in a nutshell. I know there's a lot more to it, and I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff I don't know about it, but the point system, I'll talk a little bit about that. And you're having good scores plays a big factor into the point system, because you can get a lot of extra points for driving good. And like I said earlier, you know, if you're in the 700 point range, you're in that platinum driver area, and you keep that for 3 months, you know, you get the highest amount of bonus you can get, which is 4 additional cents a mile. And, you know, that's free bonus right there. You know, if you're driving up to Nussbaum's standards and you're following the score and you're keeping a good score, that's an easy 4 cents a mile. Seriously, that's as easy as that. So, you can get extra points. I know Nussbaum sends out scorecard videos that you can get an additional 10 points on, I want to say. 10 points per video that has the name scorecard under it. And yeah, that's 3 points. A lot of them are training videos, you know, just to extend our knowledge as a truck driver. So, you know, you get additional points. I know you get additional points for reporting a maintenance issue. Like if I'm going to one spot and there's a bunch of dropped trailers and I see that that trailer has a flat tire, if I call that in, I can get, you know, 5 free points. So there's a few different ways you can earn points and, you know, get that up there. So then you also get, I can't remember how many points it is, but if you get pulled over by a DOT officer and you get inspected and you have a clean inspection report, you get $100 and a certain amount of points. I don't know how many points, but you get points and you get $100 on your next paycheck. So always, of course, you want to make sure that your truck is inspected and roadworthy and ready to go, no air leaks and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole scorecard system in a nutshell. And I guess for the next video I have planned, I do want to talk about Nussbaum's Certified Red program. get bonuses for once you complete the program. I'm kind of still in the beginning stages, so I don't want to talk about it quite yet because I don't know everything there is to know about Certified Red, and I want to be giving the most accurate information I can be to my viewers. So yeah, I'll talk about Certified Red in another video, but it's, in a nutshell, it's a continuing educational program. It teaches you how to be a better driver, all in all, and you get some fancy stuff after completing it. So I'll definitely talk about that in a later video, probably when I get, because I know there's some stages to it. Once I get into a certain stage, I'll talk about it a little more. But another thing I want to talk about is hiring areas when it comes to Nussbaum, because there's been a few people that have asked me where they hire out of. So Nussbaum is based out of Hudson, Illinois, just north of Bloomington and Normal. So they're like right in the center of the Midwest. So that's basically one area. I mean, they hire out of, I would say, out of most of Illinois. So if you're in that general area and you want to work for Nussbaum, then you have pretty good chances. So, but when it comes to me, I'm on one of their bigger dedicated routes. So I live in northern Michigan, and they were able to hire me out of Michigan. So, if you're anywhere along the US 31, I-196, I-94 area in Michigan, then you have a pretty good chance of getting hired to the Morton Salt account based on availability of job position. So, but other areas, I'd say, I know they have some dedicated accounts out east in Pennsylvania, in that general area. I know they have a really big General Electric dedicated account down by Atlanta, Georgia. I believe they have a dedicated account out of Nebraska. So if you're anywhere in the Midwest, then you have pretty good chances. And I don't know the exact pinpoints of the areas that you can get hired out of, but a recruiter could answer that question a lot easier. So, if you look up Nussbaum on Google and you call them, say you want to talk to a recruiter, they can be a lot more helpful when it comes to hiring areas. But with my general knowledge, I know they hire mainly out of the Midwest area. So, that's basically what I know in a nutshell. But they're also, they get new dedicated accounts, not frequently, but every now and again. I mean, they have a new dedicated account out of Ohio that runs to northern Indiana, I want to say, just outside of Columbus somewhere. And that's like a brand new account. I think there's only 2 guys running it right now. So, but yeah, I mean, chances are, if you're in the Midwestern area, it's a pretty decent, it's a pretty good chance that you can get hired out of there. So, and like I said in my previous videos, I mean, if I have anybody new watching or somebody that has any questions for me, shoot me an email. I'll have my email link in the description. We'll talk a little bit. I can give you the number to one of the recruiters that I know pretty well, and I know he watches my videos, maybe sometimes, if he is watching right now. How's it going? So I can give you his number. He's super cool, he's super fun to work with, and he knows everything there is to know about hiring and the areas that they hire out of. So yeah. So talked about the CSA score the best to my ability, at least. The point system, that's pretty much just, I know there's a lot more when it comes to the point system and the CSA score system, but I gave you the basics. There is a lot more when it comes to the point system and CSA. So, or not CSA, but just your general, your habit score. I don't know why I've been saying CSA, but yeah, so other than that, I mean, if there's anything that you guys can think of that you have questions about, I will discuss them in the videos to the best of my knowledge. And like I said, being on a dedicated run, it's a little different for me, but I know a little bit, so I can definitely help you guys out, you know, if you have any questions when it comes to getting hired or anything like that. So yeah, and you know, future videos, like I said, I'll talk about certified red a little bit, and I'll definitely post some more updates as time goes on. I know nothing crazy has really happened since the last time let me clean off my windshield a little bit because it looks really bad, especially through the phone camera. God almighty, I didn't notice that before. I apologize. Yeah, I apologize for the crappy camera quality for the first 20 minutes of the video. Looks a little better now. But yeah, anyways, I'll talk about the certified red stuff in a future video, and also, like I said, nothing crazy has really happened. I uploaded a video just about 2 weeks ago, and you know, everything's still going really good. I still love working here. But you know, if something changes, which I don't think it will, but you know, if something really bad happens to me, I'll definitely give an update. But like I said, I'm not going to count on that, just because everything has been terrific working here. So yeah, other than that, it's been nice talking to you guys, and I hope everybody has a great night and a Merry Christmas. Christmas is coming up pretty soon. My next video probably won't be till after Christmas. So yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you guys enjoy your holidays upcoming. If you're traveling, stay safe and keep on trucking. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.